It's later than anticipated, but it's finally here. My take and my video on Doug DeMannays, that lovable moron right there. If you're watching, if you're listening, Doug DeMayo, know that this video is for the purposes of comedy, of satire, of good old fun, but also I do hate you. I hate your guts and everything that you're about. I love everything about the new landscape for car media, for car culture, fanaticism that came out of Fast and the Furious a little bit after the Hoonigans movement that just has sprawled out of control to the point where they were driving a freaking custom e-tron Audi through the Vegas Strip. Formula Drift is a mainstay in the media. We have Donut Media, who is a little bit of the take on, the main character of that channel doesn't have a dad just like me, and I'm not offended, but he took my stick before I could get to my shtick, so that's great. I love that. That's my favorite. I'm not crying, your dad's crying. Fitment Industries, which is just Donut Media but different.
But maybe it's Maybelline. Either.
I'm not mad about it. They do good work there. And their website's pretty cool. I just can't afford full price wheels. Between all those greats, Jeremy Clarkson and his crew coming out with the Grand Tour, all new auto reviewers left, right, and center. We got Force Auto Reviews, who has revolutionized the way that you and I even consume a new car being brought to a line. His streamlined effortlessness of detailing an entire car's essence from front to back, literally just walking from the front to the back of the vehicle, and you have the entirety of everything you need to know about the car, from the price, the features, the range, the whatever, anything that you need to know, the crucial factors and key little features, not quirks, the features that you need to know, and trim, all that good stuff is all done so seamlessly. There is a huge diversity of car culture, media, and content, which I hope to continue to explore. I hope that you guys can come along with me as I explore media and commentary and all these different things. The possibility that I want to explore is taking a 9-iron to Doug DeMayo and his channel. This man has accrued about, I think it's like 3 million views. Let me see. What has this guy got? No, I was wrong. Not 3 million subscribers, 4.5 million subscribers on YouTube. And I get it. I understand, why I have 50 and he has almost 5 million. I understand. I get it. I get the difference because, he went out there, he just started doing it. He just started doing the work, car after car after car. I get it. I understand. Let me discuss your car on YouTube. It'll get you publicity. I'll put it on my demented Doug score rubric, which is like the world's worst tier list of vehicles that anyone's ever discussed. This man's Doug score is irreverently dementedly challenged. Like, he gives Toyota Corollas and sports BMWs almost similar ratings based on the fact that it's the price of the BMW that brings it out, or the cool factor that brings it up, or less. But your rubric is skewed if you're also giving scores based on the fact of attainability. Attainability is irrelevant to the quality of the vehicle, to is it a good car? Is it a good sports car? Is it a good sedan? What I like about other people who are in the field like him is Redline Reviews. This man painstakingly compares these vehicles in class. He compares them to the direct competition. Now, Doug DeMayo has alluded to the competition of certain vehicles. That does not limit his ability to Doug score them in a way lower category with other vehicles that are completely out of the same even league or ring of the vehicle that he's rating. And on top of that, how is this man able to drive one of one cars? If I allowed somebody who looked like Mr. Magoo to drive my McLaren P1, I would wonder at what point did I have a lobotomy? At least other car programmers bring a factor, they bring a characteristic, they bring themselves into the limelight of what is being brought to the table. Hoonigan, Daily Transmission, it is a slice of life of anyone and everyone who has a build across California, America, anyone, anyone that you could possibly think of in your neighborhood who has a cool car, they've probably been close to or have been on Daily Transmission. Doug DeMeo is one of the most one-sided, like based, or I don't know, why do we keep saying based? Daily Wire's gotten me saying based now. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's biased, but why are we saying based? Unless I'm stupid and I'm basted like a turkey and I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Doug DeMeo has some of the most one-sided opinions of vehicles. Like his whole rubric and structure based on comparing cars is comparing them to his, I think it's his 1990 Land Rover that he's talked about before, that he drives, his personal vehicle that he drives, his garbage Land Rover. He was on, I believe he was on the Iced Coffee Hour with Graham Stephan, and it just showed how like incorrigibly diluted this man is. But it's crazy because it's like, I just wish I had that much, and I say this in the way that I just wish I had that much blind faith in myself. I wish I, understood my quirks and features, Doug DeMeo. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what it was that I needed to be doing. Like what I could take every single day, what process I could copy and paste every single day to build a career, to build a name for myself, to just take what it is that I want, that I'm passionate about, that I have, and then reconstruct it into something that creates an devout community of repetitive and consistent viewership and support like you did. I'll be honest, I am jealous. I'll be honest, I don't understand. I'll be honest, I don't get it. I wish I did. I wish I had the same thing that you did, which is not your following, not your channel, not doing it first, because I feel like that's the hugest flaw some of us could make in our careers, our endeavor to pursue happiness, our endeavors to pursue, what is for us, what is truly for us in our lives. The worst thing we could do is compare. Comparison kills. And I don't want to compare you to me. I don't want to compare you and say, I wish I was you. But what I will say is this, is that I definitely see the merit and value in so many other people in the fanaticism of our car culture, which takes so many different routes, which has so many different avenues to go through. Anywhere from a Redline reviews, Forest Auto reviews, all the way to the other end of the spectrum, to people who are just playing Forza and then just having like a live podcast over the top of it. I think that's also part of the car culture. I think you could do any of those things at any level of any time. There's people who all they do is they just tag a popular TikTok video and they just sit there in silence in the middle of it. That's all they do. They just do that consistently and they have a career in media and I don't. So I'm not saying this because I am hyperly critical because of jealousy of you, Doug DeMeo. I'm saying it because, like so many other untalented Caucasian, Anglo, British, whatever it is that you want to call yourself, Asperger's inflicted Jeremy Clarkson Land Rover lover of yourself, I just want to know, like, how do I find that same thing? I'll say that. I'll end it with that. How do I find the same thing as you?